are writing it down because you I'll ask you at the end of the session.
Yes.
Yes. So S stands for smart. You want to anytime you are studying, anytime you are doing everything, anything related to academics, you want to always remember this and do what and apply it. You want to apply it as well. So the first one is smart. I want you to be smart about the way you study, about the way you read. And what do I mean by that? If you are going to school, for instance, can you wear slippers and go to school?
No, ma.
No, ma.
No, ma.
No, ma.
No, ma. No, ma.
Why can't you wear slippers and go to school?
No, ma. Because it's not meant to.
No, ma. No, ma. No, ma.
No, ma.
Yes, it's not meant to be. You have to wear your shoe and even put in your socks, right? You have to tuck in even when you are going to school. You can't even just fly your shirt like that, right? And if you are caught in school, what will happen? Your teacher will just, if it's some schools, the teacher will send you back home, or you have to like dress neatly before you can enter the class, or you'll be punished, right? So what that means is that you dress smartly to school. You tuck in your clothes, wear your shoe, you dress neatly and smart. Sometimes, if you don't even iron your uniform, it's not good. Hope you are not part of those that used to wash
No,
and
ma.
iron.
No,
Hope you don't
ma.
wash and iron your
No, ma.
uniform the night before
No, ma.
school.
No, ma.
Are you sure?
Yes, ma.
Yes, ma. Yes, ma.
That's good of you. So you have to be smart about your learning. And to be smart about your learning is that first of all, you should not lie down when you want to read. Don't say you are lying down and you are reading. That's not being smart. Right? Because when you lie down and you are reading, what will happen? You will sleep off. When you lie down to say you want to read, you are telling your brain that you want to sleep and you will sleep off. Imagine if I'm lying down and I'm having this session with you. I now put the laptop, I carry the laptop and I put it up like and I'm talking. That is how you should approach your learning. Approach it with a smart attitude. When you're in class, that's why when you're in class, you cannot put your head down on the table like this and say you are listening to the teacher. Right? You have to sit upright. Your table is in front of you. You are sitting on the chair upright. That's how you sit and listen in class. So be smart. Don't say you are sitting down, lying down to read. Don't say you are reading and television is in front of you. Maybe your parents are watching television in the sitting room, and you go to the sitting room, and that's where you say you are doing your assignment. No, that's not smart. You are only deceiving yourself. You'll be getting distracted. Rather, you should stay, you know, uh, in or before. You wait till when it's close to exam before you start reading. How many of you do that? To start reading. Okay.
Two
So
hands are raised. Two people are raising their hands. I think in response to your question.
food is you should read every day. So the way to avoid cramming is to read regularly. So like as you are starting the session now, as you are starting school, you are resuming school on Tuesday. From that Tuesday, don't say, oh, school just resumed, you still be playing football, those of you that used to play ball, or you still be playing up and
Hello?
down, talking, just to know. From the day school resumes,
Hello?
start reading. Anytime, whatever the teacher teaches you in class, you read your notes, all the subjects for that day. Anything you don't understand, ask your parents, ask the teacher. Start reading every day. Don't wait till when it's close to exam, when everything is now looking like it's a lot. And then maybe there's something they taught you since that you don't understand. You now start trying to cram it. No. Read regularly. That is how to avoid cramming because cramming is not good for your brain, and it is not an effective way to read, right? When you say you read something, you need to understand it. That is when comprehension has taken place. That is when reading, that's when you can actually say you have read. You are reading what is on my screen now, and you don't understand it. Maybe assuming it's like, maybe it is what language can I use? You know French, right? You know French language. If I put French on my screen now, and you are reading it, you know that this is French, but you can't understand it, but you know it's French. You know, it means you've not read because you don't understand what you are reading. So it's just like looking at a page that is another language entirely. You can't understand it. Because of that, it means reading has not taken place. So understand this. The next one is, I'll rush through it now. Next one is post. When you are reading, when you finish reading, don't just read and close your book. So I'm giving you some strategies now that you can use when you, as in like, you are resuming back to school. Some of you would have already been using it before. So it's like I'm emphasizing that, oh, this thing that you're doing is good and you should continue doing it. And if you've not been doing it before, you should start doing it because it is very, very good. So post learning, after reading, don't just close your book like that and say you have read. No. After reading, you should revise what you have read. That is when it will stay in your brain and you will not forget it easily. It's because people just read and close their books, people just read and they wait till the next thing, they leave it, they pile it up. That's why people forget easily. Because many students tell me, oh, they read and forget, they read and forget. Why? This is part of the reason. When you are done reading, close your book, and it's something we call active recall. Force yourself to remember what you just read. What do I mean by that? So let's assume I'm done, I'm reading this book. Once I'm done reading everything that is here, I will close the book and then ask myself, what did I just read? Maybe I read about photosynthesis, or I read about coding, or I just finished reading about super fast learning. When I'm done reading it, I won't just sleep and say, oh, I finished reading, let me go and sleep, let me go and watch TV. No, I would close it and then ask myself, oh, what does S stand for in super fast learning? If I cannot remember it, I'll check again. Oh, smart. Did not remember. You ask yourself a question. That is how to read. So, revising what you've read, forcing yourself to recall what you've read so that you will not forget it. So that when your teacher asks you questions in class, maybe after class on Monday, the teacher asks you, what did I teach you yesterday? And you can't remember because you did not revise your notes. So that is not good. As I'm resuming this session, don't do that. Always revise your notes. Force yourself to recall. You can also set questions for yourself. From the notes, you set questions, and then you answer those questions. Or you can ask your parents or your friend or your siblings to ask you questions when you are done reading. So if I'm done reading, I can give you my notes now and say, okay, ask me questions. And then as you're asking me the question, I'll be answering it. That way, I'll not forget it easily. So that is post-learning. The next one is exercise. How many of you exercise?
Me.
Yeah, that is good.
Me.
Yeah. Exercising is very good for your brain. So you know that exercise is good. Yes. You know that exercise is good for your body, but it is also good for your brain. When you exercise, it does many things to the brain. It helps you when you exercise before, maybe if you can exercise before going to school or something. And it doesn't have to be rigorous. It doesn't have to be exercising for 1 hour. You can just do it for 5 minutes, 10 minutes every day. It's very good for the brain. So it does many things to the brain, and it helps you to like retain information faster. It helps you to retain information better when you exercise. It actually does things to the brain. I can't go into the changes that happen in the brain when you exercise, but what you should know is that what exercise is good for your brain. What did I say?
Exercise is good for your brain. Exercise for your body and brain. For your good for your body. Exercise is good for our body and our brain.
Yes, thank you very much. So the next one there is rapid. but I will not go into rapid because it involves more like a little bit advanced technique of learning. But what you should do
Please,
is
your network is not clear.
It is clear over here.
I didn't hear everything you said.
I think, can you all hear me? I think everyone else can hear me.
Yes, ma.
Yes, ma. Yes, ma.
Yes, ma.
Yes, ma.
Yes, ma.
So maybe you should try leaving the call and joining again. Sorry about that. So under rapid, what you should know is that it's possible for you to read fast and actually still
Yes,
retain
ma'am.
information. It is possible for you to read fast and retain information. And one of the ways to do that is by using your hand to guide your eyes as you read, to slide through text as you read. What it does is that it helps you to focus. You know that sometimes you can be reading and your mind is somewhere else. At that point, you can use your hand as a physical contact with your book so that you can use it to like focus that you it's like you telling your brain that you want to focus and read this book. You are not thinking, that's not when you should be thinking about the food that your mommy cook we cook at home, or the food you will eat when you get home, or you're thinking about different things. No. So that is under rapid. You can use, it's called a visual pacer. A visual pacer. So you use that to guide your eyes as you read. Next one is fun. Reading is fun. And if you apply some of these strategies that I'm already saying, talking about, you find out that reading will be very interesting. Reading is not boring. It is not boring at all. Reading is fun, right? And so, like I said, if you are reading every day after school, you get home, you read, even if it's for 10 minutes every day. Even 10 minutes is too small to read, but just make sure that you open your book every day, whether or not they give you assignment. And make sure you do your homework by yourself. Don't copy homework. If you are copying homework from somebody, you're already defeating the purpose for why they gave you the homework. So the homework is to force you to revise what you are taught in class. So this new session, make sure you do your homework yourself. Make sure you read every day so that when you're reading every day, you're reading it bit by bit, bit by bit. So it will not pile up and then you're not trying to force yourself to read everything all at once. And so by the time they're asking you questions or by the time you're writing your exam, it is very good because it's just like piece of cake for you. The next one is active. You need to be active in class. I want you to be active this new session. And one of the ways to be active is by asking questions. Ask questions in class and ask questions. Don't keep quiet. Don't say you're afraid of your friend or afraid of this or you don't want people to think this and that. No. Always do what? Ask questions in class. What did I say?
Ask questions.
Always
Ask questions in class.
Yes. So I am still in school. I'm also a student, but not in the not in primary school. I'm also a student myself. And one of the things I always do is I always ask questions whenever I don't understand what's this. I'm not like I always ask questions. Sir, I don't understand this. And they'll explain it again. And I'll still be really confused until like just maybe get a sense of it. I won't stop asking. So maybe when I've gotten like I have an idea of it, I'll now go back on my own to revise it. And I just keep quiet. I've interacted with students and they will tell me, oh, they are shy. No, don't be shy. This new session, if you don't understand something, ask questions. Because why? Your parents are paying your fees. It is not your friend that is paying your school fees. Right? So if you don't understand something, ask questions. The teacher can explain it to you and you will understand. The next one is statistical. Under statistical, the way you would read for mathematics is different from the way you read for English, right? You cannot say you are reading for maths and you are just opening your book like this. You're just turning your book like this and you say you're reading for maths. Is it possible?
No, ma. No, ma.
Yeah, you must do calculation. You must calculate. You must calculate things.
No,
Thank
ma.
you. So you must calculate. If you're saying you're reading for maths, if you're studying maths, you have to calculate, you have to write down things, you have to solve the question that the teacher gave you. In fact, when you're doing maths, you should even solve more questions. You can meet your teacher to give you more questions to solve, or you can ask your parents or your elder siblings to give you more questions to solve. That's how you know that you are, assimilating, that you are reading, that you are serious about that subject. And then the next one is timing. Like I said from the beginning, what you want to do this session is that you want to read every day. I want to hear from Mrs. Omolola that you are reading every day, you are studying every day. Not that you are leaving your homework or you are leaving your book till maybe weekend or till when some students is when the teacher, I think during like midterm period, when parents will come to school or something like that, that's when you see some students even rushing to copy their notes. No, don't do that. Read every day. Make sure you're reading every day. All the subjects that they teach you, read it, revise it, do your homework. And then what it does is that it helps you understand it easily. And then it does, you won't pile up the work for yourself. And then it will just make learning easy. School will be fun, school will be interesting, right? School will be interesting. You won't be like, oh, school again, you don't feel like going to school. No, you feel like going to school every day. You'll be motivated to go to school when you apply these strategies. When you read every day for nothing less than 10 minutes or 30 minutes every day before you sleep. Make sure you do your assignments, your homework yourself. Make sure you are smart about your reading. Don't say it's when you are reading every class. Exercising. I told you that exercise is good for your brain because it helps you retain information faster. And when you do all these things, reading will be interesting and school will be fun. And I believe that you would enjoy this new session as well. So wrapping up, remember that every day is a new opportunity to learn and grow. And like I started at the beginning, I said, what? Believe in yourself. Don't tell yourself that you don't like maths, or don't tell yourself that you don't like English, or you tell yourself, no, my own is English. I don't like maths. No, nothing like that. You must like all the subjects you are doing. Tell yourself that you like it. In fact, tell yourself that maths is my best subject, right? Believe in yourself and reach for your dreams. I know that some of you have dreams to be doctors, maybe big programmers. You might even have some people in mind that you want to be like. You want to be like some of your parents and the big things that they are doing. The way to do that is by believing in yourself. Your dreams are valid. Your dreams are. It's possible for you to like become anything you want to become. I interacted with a student. Oh no, I read about a student. A child said he was an engineer, and then he explained. He knew the meaning, right? So it was surprising to me because it's not like the normal thing you would hear. What's here is doctor, teacher, lawyer, and things like that. But this child said, oh, this was, and I said, it's possible what you want to become. I went to a school and a small girl said she wants to become, is it a billionaire or millionaire, she said. And I was like, oh, wow. So whatever comes to your mind, whatever it is that you want to become, you can become it. You just have to believe in yourself and work towards it. Thank you very much for this session. I believe that you will have a great school year this new session. Thank you so much.